So let's
Okay.
stand attention, everybody. Pay attention.
Pay attention, everybody.
All right, Nathaniel. Right, very well. Yeah. Right, good, Liam. All right. Isandro, where are you? All right, so
you can't see me.
right, pay attention. All right. So we're going to pray now. Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Thank you for waking us up this morning and to be able to see your Sabbath day. Heavenly Father, as we attend our Adventure Club, help us to learn something that will be uplifting to you for Christ's sake. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Attention.
One.
Attention one.
That's a long
Well, we slow on the draw. All right. Present arms. 3, 4. Because
Jesus loves me, I will always do my
I'm only hearing one person. This is something that we all supposed to repeat. I am not repeating it because I want to hear you all. Alright? So we're going to do it again. 3, 4.
Because Jesus loves me, I will always do my best.
Okay. Order arms. Alright. The law. 3, 4.
Jesus wants me to be obedient, pure, true, kind, respectful, be attentive, be helpful, be thoughtful, be reverent.
Very well. Let's do a venture song. 3, 4. We are
We are
adventurous.
adventurous. At home and at play, we are adventurous. Learning every day to be honest, kind, and Jesus through and through. We are adventurous.
One more time.
We are adventurous. At home and at play, we are adventurous. Learning every day to be honest, kind, and true, to be like Jesus through and through. We are adventurous.
Very well, that is. All right. Okay, so we're now going to our devotion. But Jerome is going to take us to our devotion now.
Okay. So we are on our devotion. And we'll be continuing the Bible series.
Hey, Mom, I'll be going.
Yes,
Help me too. He just wants me to be.
Okay, so let me share my screen. All right, everyone has seen my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so who can read out?
Yes, sir.
Who can read what the story says, what the title of the story says? And not Isandro. Isandro is a advanced helping hand this year. So he knows everything. He knows everything about the entire Adventurer Club. So I'm sure he can answer all my questions, all right? So we leave it for the ones who may not be able to answer, all right? Liam, yes. Can you tell me what this story might be about? And read it for me and what the story might be about.
Yeah, I can read it. It's a favorite son becomes a slave.
All right, so who do you think the story is about?
It is because Samuel, the prophet.
All right, let's see. Okay, let's go. Let's go. All right, so our favorite son becomes a slave. Right? So Isaac was very happy. His son Jacob was home. Even Esau welcomed the brothers he once vowed to kill. But Jacob's sons were not happy because Joseph, their younger brother, was father's favorite. So who is the story about?
Joseph.
Joseph.
All right. Joseph's brother became more angry when he told them his dreams. The sheaf of grain stood tall, and my brother's sheaves bowed in honor, Joseph said. This dream meant Joseph would be more important than his brothers, right? So you see the sheaf there? It's like a bale of grain, right? And Joseph's own was in the center, and all the others were bowing to him, were bowing to his own, and that was in his dream, okay? In Joseph's second dream, the sun, moon, and stars bowed down to him. Even his father Jacob was angry at him for putting himself above his parents and brothers. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to the field where his brothers tended their flocks. His brothers saw him coming. Let's kill this dreamer, they muttered. Joseph did not know the danger before him. So they were jealous of Joseph, right? And his father had made this coat for him. You see the pretty coat? And look at everyone else's coats, very plain. And his father made this coat for him, even though he was, these were his older brothers, right? His father still took some very special materials, some very colorful clothes, and made a special coat for him. And his brothers were very jealous. Reuben, the oldest brother, disagreed. We must not shed blood, he said. See, here's a pit. Let him die there. Reuben planned to rescue Joseph at nightfall. So they put him down inside a hole, right? Down inside this deep hole. And Reuben, the oldest one, decided, he said, okay, I'll go back, I'll come back and I'll rescue him. When Joseph arrived, his brothers grabbed him and took off the colored coat Jacob had specially made for his favorite son. Then they threw him into the awful pit. See, down inside. While Reuben was absent, a caravan of camels drew near on their way to distant Egypt. Let's sell Joseph, cried Judah, his brother. The deal was made. They sold Joseph for 20 pieces of silver. They sold their brother. Anyone will sell their brother here? Raise your hand if you'll sell your brother. Okay.
No.
All right, very good. Yeah, so they sold their brother. Tearful and afraid, Joseph watched helplessly as the lurching camel led him away from his family and homeland. Is this Joseph's coat? It's bloody. We found it in the desert. The cruel brothers allowed Jacob to believe a wild animal had killed his favorite son. Jacob tore his clothes and mourned. Nobody could comfort him. That's his father holding the coat and crying. In Egypt, Joseph must have been afraid and lonely. Maybe he longed for home, but he could not escape. He was a slave in the house of Potiphar, an important
Hello,
Egyptian.
good evening. Sorry for being late. Did it take long to send me across?
Okay, no problem. Welcome. Sorry. Yes, but he could not escape. He was a slave in the house of Potiphar, an important Egyptian. Potiphar saw that Joseph always worked hard and could be trusted. So even as a slave, Joseph he kept the principles that he learned, and he worked very hard. And Potiphar, who was the head of this household, was he was impressed by him, of his hard work, and you know how well-mannered he carried about himself. All you do turns out well, Potiphar told Joseph. One day, God is with you. I want you to be my chief servant, in charge of all my business and master of all other servants. right? So he was a slave. And then Potiphar was so impressed, he made him the head servant. God gave Potiphar good harvest and many riches because of Joseph. Now an important man, Joseph still trusted and served God faithfully. But trouble came to Joseph. Potiphar's wife was a wicked woman. She asked Joseph to take the place of her husband. Joseph refused. He would not sin against God by wronging Potiphar. When the woman tried to force him, he ran, but she caught and held his coat. Your slave attacked me, Potiphar's wife complained. See, here's his coat. Potiphar was angry because he knew his wife was lying, but he had to do something. What would he do? So once again, he doing his job, being very decent and behaving himself and doing all that he should do. And he gets in trouble yet again. Potiphar put Joseph in prison. So now he's in a strange land and gets thrown in prison for something that he did not even do. Although he was innocent, Joseph was not bitter or angry. Perhaps he was learning from his hardships that no matter where he was, if he honored God, God would honor him even in jail. And that's it. So next week, we'll continue the story. All right. So this is the first part of Joseph, and it comes from Genesis 37-39. Now remember, these stories are very shortened, right? There's a lot more going on. Okay, so, well, in these particular stories. So you all can go and read the actual story from the Bible and see, you could get the full story there, right? But these are shortened versions, all right? So that was the first part of Joseph, and we will continue next week, right?
All right.
Okay.
Okay, you all hear me? Good.
Yes,
So I want to welcome you all back to Adventist this year. Right. I know a lot of you finish our books. I hope. The last time I talked to your parents, I hope they finished the books. I don't know if a lot of parents are around. Right, but I hope they do finish their books. But we have some new people. You see, Sister Summer Nimblet, right? She have a son. What's his son name, Sister Summer?
Jameer.
Jameer. And he will be in Little Lamb, right? I will get your book onto you. I'll call you and get your book onto you, okay? All right, I'm not seeing everybody. Right, I'm not seeing the Manswells. I'm not seeing the Morris. Who else? I'm not seeing Sophia. I'm not seeing Kyle and Kylie. Right? Who else is missing? Anybody else? Anybody?
Woods.
Woods, right. Oh, I forgot to drop the book. Right. Woods. Right. So I hope next Sabbath we will have all of them come on board. All right. So this is our new year and we are doing it somewhat differently. We are trying to have the program within an hour to hour and a half for the most. Now we split up the work as much as possible, right? And we'll be teaching the books, and then you'll be doing the work home. Right? So next class, when we recap, we will see what it is you do. All right? Okay, so first, you're going to share the screen, Jerome. Cassia, where's your sister? Hey, Cassia? Right. Make sure she is. She have to be involved too. Right? Yes. Tell her come and sit down next to you. Fernia, sit down next to Cassia. Right, so I can see the thing together. Right, good. Right, very well. So we are doing the basic requirement. All the books have the basic requirements from Little Lamb to Helping Hand. All right? Yeah. Okay. So this is the overview introduction. Okay. Bookwork, class requirements, pledge, law, songs, symbols of our country. All right. Yes, that was our last investiture. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, okay. Everybody see yourself in the picture? Everybody can make
Yes.
out herself?
Yes, I can make out my bold self.
Yes. We had a good time. Yes. All right. Okay. Next. All right. Well, this is for mostly for your parents. The Adventure Club is the Adventist sponsored. It is ready from 4 to 9, but we have children earlier than 4. Right. I don't stop anybody from joining, right? Because it is for us to learn, right? It's the church, home, and school join to help children grow joyfully in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man, right? Adventure Club really is to help the children to love God, to know God, and to see how God is in their life, and also to help them with their fellow men, right? It offers assistance to parents in making development of their children richer and more meaningful to the child richer and more meaningful. Okay, the child is encouraged to participate in all activity. Parents, guardians are given assignment with their children. So your parents supposed to really help you along, and there are many ages challenges activities that we do. Now, there's a lot of things that Adventure Club did. We did a lot so far. Right? The objective is the club provides fun and creative way for children to develop a Christ-like character. That's the first thing. Right? And to experience joy and satisfaction of doing things well, express the love for Jesus, to learn sportsmanship, to discover their God-given abilities, and to learn how to use them to benefit and serve others, to discover God's will, and to improve the understanding of what makes families strong, and to develop parental support for the training of children. Okay? All right, that is the objective. We are here to Adventure Club with the family, right? We join together to strengthen the child. All right? Good. Next. Next, Jerome. Yeah. All right, so the bookwork. All right, so this is the books. All the books are broken up like this. Basic requirement, my God, myself, my family, my world. All right? Good. This is how it's breaking up. So we are going to do the first one, which is the basic requirement, which is the pledge, law, song, and then the reading awards. All right. So that is what we are going to do today. Now, if you watch in all the books at the beginning of the books, open up your books, you'll see that let me go into my thing. So let's go to PCB. And our little lamb. If you go to little lamb book, which I don't think anybody have right now, except Fonia. Fonia is Fonia, right? Yeah, have that, and you'll see. Recite the Adventure Pledge. That's the first thing in a little lamb book, right? Recite the Adventure Pledge. In the Eager Beaver book, the first thing they're supposed to know It's also the Adventure Pledge and the law, right? Good. In the and that is I think is Morris, Cassia, and I forget the little child name. Okay, so it's a busy bee, which is Nathaniel right now. Nathaniel and Malachi. Nathaniel and Malachi in your busy bee book. Right. I see Malachi is showing it. And the first thing you're supposed to know is to recite and accept the Adventurer Pledge. That's the first thing in the book, right? In the BCB book, no, in the Sunbeam book, and that is Sana. Who's in Sunbeam? Sana. Who else? Cassia. Cassia, you in Sunbeam. And the first thing is recite and accept the Adventurer law, right? The builders and our builders, who in builders?
Layla.
Who in builders, right? And the builders is to recite the Adventurer Pledge and law. So if all the books have that, where we have to recite the pledge, the law, and the song. So we will go into there to that now, right? You could go ahead. Okay. So we have here the Adventure Club logo and the Adventure Club World logo. Last year we changed the old logo into the logo. This is a new logo for our club. Most of you all have it. Who don't have it still need to get it, right? Because this is what we are using on our club. Right? This is the reason why they use this, right? The different signs and symbols to think the Adventure Ministry have been created to assist parents in the important responsibility as a child's primary teacher and evangelizer. The program aims to strengthen the parent-child relation and to further the child's development in spiritual, physical, mental, and social area. And through the Adventurer Ministry, the church, home, and the school can work together with the parents to develop a mature and happy child. So that this is the logo that we are using. Now, this I think everybody's supposed to have this logo on their shirts, on their hat, even on their sash, right? And who don't have it, please contact me. All right, next. All right, so let's go into pledge, law, and song. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead with the video. All right, we're not hearing anything, Jerome.
Hold on. I think I have to share my sound.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You should hear now.
Because Jesus loves me, I will always do my best.
Right, so that is simple. Because Jesus loves me, I always do my best. Now you see where their hands are? They're over their heart. All right? Okay? And it's a fist. All right? Good? So because that is when we present our arms. All right? And it's because Jesus loved me, I will always do my best. So let me hear you all say that.
Because
Jesus loves me,
because Jesus loves me, I will always do my best. Because Jesus loves me, I will always do my best.
Right. Very good. Now, when we say our best, what we talk about, what are we talking about? What is our best and what? And what?
in everything we do.
And what?
In everything we do.
In everything we do. Yes, in everything we do, we have to do our best. No matter what, right? We could be sweeping the floor. We could be sharing a snack. We could having a conversation with somebody. In everything that we do, we must always do our best. Why? Why we must do our best? Anybody?
Because Jesus loves us.
Yeah, because Jesus loves me. Right? Jesus loves us, right? And because we love him, we have to show people Jesus in us. Right? And the only way how we can show people Jesus in us is if we do our best. Right? If people see, if people know that we love Jesus, know that we are 7 days Adventists and we uphold certain law and do certain things, right? Then it's easy for us, they expect us to do certain things in our best, right? Um, so I need to put back on my yes video, right? Good. So we must not disappoint Jesus when we are doing things. Because we are representing Jesus, right? That is the meaning of the pledge. When we say that pledge, we are saying we are representing Jesus, and because we know he loves us, we will do our best. So let's say it again. 3, 4.
Because Jesus loves me, I will always do my
Always do my
best.
best.
Jesus loves me, I will always do my best.
Because Jesus loves me, I will always do my best.
Okay, so let's do it with our action now, where we stand attention. This is how we do it. When we out, when we go to any club activities, all right? We stand at attention. So attention. All right. So when the club director or whoever is leading out and they say adventure pledge and they say present arms. Present arms. I'm waiting for Nathaniel to present his arms and he have it on the wrong side, Nathaniel. Where's your hat? Liam, you have it on the wrong side too.
Like this.
All right. Good. Let's go. No, Sana. Let's go. 3, 4. Because.
Jesus loves me, I will always do my best.
I will always do my best.
Right. And when we are finished, let Layla, we're not finished yet, Malachi. We are not finished, but it's supposed to answer, supposed to be there. All right. Good. And when we are finished, and we said, what? Order? Jerome, what is this again? Somebody's calling me. So, Jerome, when we finish, what do we say?
Order arms.
Order arms.
When you hear order arms, you quickly move your hand back down to your side. Okay? So present arms, right hand, to the left of your chest. All right? Then order arms, you put it back down
All
to your
right.
side.
So, sorry about that. Yeah, so order arms, when they say order arms, we're supposed to put it down. All right, so I'm going to say it. Okay, order arms.
We're not done yet, Nathaniel.
Nathaniel, where you be? All right, good.
We still at present arms.
All right, so we have present arms. All right, and then order arms. So let's practice. Hi, sweetie, come. All right, come, stand up. Right, we're watching. Good. See it? Good. All right, good. So let's go. Order arms.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
All right, so we present arms. So let's see, present arms.
Grandma.
Order arms.
Grandma.
When we say order arms, we're supposed to put it down, okay? So we're going again. Present arms.
Grandma arms.
Order arms.
Arms.
Present arms. Order arms. Good. So we're going to say the Avenge Pledge now. 3, present arms. 3, 4. Because Jesus loves me, I will always do my best. Order arms. Good. Very well. Practice. Good. No. Put that for me, please, before she threw it on the child. Look, Malachi and Lila, come on. All right, so let's go on to the next one. Say hello. Hi, Malachi.
Hello, Malachi.
All right, Jesus wants me to, this is the law. All right, Jesus wants me to be, so let me see. Sana, let me hear you say it.
Jesus wants me to be obedient, be pure, be true, be kind, be respectful, be attentive, helpful,
No.
be thoughtful, be reverent.
All right. Okay, let me see who else. Nathaniel, can you say it for me? Nathaniel, do you know the eventual law?
Yes.
Say it for me. Can you say it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, let me hear you.
Jesus wants me to be obedient, be pure, be true, be kind, be respected, be respectful, be attentive, be helpful, be thoughtful, be cheerful, be thoughtful, be reverent.
All right. Who else want to take a try? Anybody else? Malachi, you want to take a try? All right, let me hear you.
Jesus wants me
to be obedient, be pure, be kind, be respectful, be attentive, be helpful, be cheerful, be reverent.
Okay. All right, so we're going to learn it. Don't worry. All right, so one more person. Isandro? Our advanced helping hand.
Okay.
Our advanced helping hand. Let's hear him say it first.
Jesus wants me to be obedient, be pure, be true, be kind, be respectful, be attentive, be helpful, be cheerful, be thoughtful, be reverent.
All right. Okay, say it one more time, a little slower so that everyone can hear you.
Okay. Jesus wants me to be obedient, be pure, be true, be kind, be respectful, be attentive, be helpful, be cheerful, be thoughtful, be reverent.
All right. Okay, so it's 10 things in total. 10. Right? And it might be a little trouble to learn. We have some big words in there, but don't worry, we can learn all. All right, so everyone, unmute your mics. And we're going through. So number 1 is to be Number 1 is to be what? Obedient. So let me hear everyone say obedient.
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 Obedient. Here again. Obedient. Come on, everyone.
Obedient.
Everyone.
Obedient.
Be obedient. Obedient. All right. Next one is to be pure. Be pure. Okay, you all be pure.
Be pure.
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 Be pure. All right. Be true.
What she has to say?
Be true. I'm not hearing no. I'm not hearing you all. Come on, be true.
Be true.
True.
Me hear you all. Be true.
Be true.
Be kind.
Be kind.
Be kind. Be kind.
Be kind.
All right. Be respectful. Be respectful. Respectful.
Respectful.
Then be attentive.
Be attentive.
Be attentive.
Be attentive.
Helpful.
Helpful.
Be helpful.
Helpful.
Cheerful.
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 Thoughtful.
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 Be thoughtful.
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 Be
Be
thoughtful.
thoughtful.
All right. And be reverent.
Be reverent.
Right? So it's 10 things in all. It might be a lot to learn, but we'll go through it a few times. All right. So let's go all together. Everyone. Everyone ready?
Be obedient.
All right. So 3. Hold on. 3, 4. Jesus wants me to be.
To be obedient. Be pure.
Oh, slowly. True.
Be
Kind. Be kind. All right. Let's start over. Hold on. Let's go again. Let's try it again. 3, 4. Jesus wants me
Jesus wants me to be obedient, to be
pure, be true, be
be
kind,
respectful,
respectful,
be attentive,
be
be
helpful,
be
cheerful,
be thoughtful, be reverent.
Right. All right, let's go one more time. 3, 4. Jesus wants me to be
Be true,
pure,
be true, be kind, be respectful,
be attentive,
attentive, be helpful, be cheerful, be thoughtful,
be reverent. Okay. So, let me get the requirements and I'll tell you which classes what they have to do. Okay, so we have one little lamb. We don't have any eager beavers right now. Busy bee. Right, yes. Malachi, you are the busy bee. So as a busy bee, you have to recite and accept the pledge as part of your reading, as part of your as part of your basic requirement, right? So Malachi, you have to read and recite and accept the pledge. Sunbeam, where are the sunbeams at? Where are my sunbeams? Sunbeam. All right, so I think we only have one. Yeah. All right. So same thing as the BZB, right? Builder. Right, builder, you have to recite the pledge and the law and explain the pledge, right? So I'll come back to you in a while. Helping hand, I don't think we have any helping hand right now. And okay, well, advanced is, well, Sandra already basically done that already. Okay, so we would have all gone through. So I'm going to ask okay, so to explain builder. Okay, our builders. Let's start with the builders. We'll come back to this in a bit. Remember, we just did the pledge, right? Remember, we just did the pledge. So I believe Liam and Leila, right? Can you explain the pledge for me? Either of y'all can start. Liam, you want to start? Explain the pledge for me. So we just did the pledge and we coming back to the law just now.
The room? All right.
Hi, yes. Back.
Sorry about that. Yeah, but something was off with my speaker.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So let's go with the little lamb, because the little lamb also, all of them have to do either the pledge or the
Okay.
or the law. So go with the little lamb first, and you have 3 little lambs there right now.
Oh, three. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on now. Well, you want to go through the law first and explain it? I just take it.
Yeah, go through the law, the explanation of the law. All right. So we have this 1, 2, 10 of 10 different things, right? And we have obedient, right? And it says here, I will obey God's law and cheerfully do what my parents and teacher ask me to do, and I will obey the law of my country. All right? Being obedience means obeying laws. All right? Doing things, the right way. All right? Therefore, we have the God law. What is God's law? Anybody can tell me what is God's law? What's God's law? Is Andrew. What is God's law?
God's law is we to obey him and follow him.
Yeah, but what is his law? Any other law? Any other law? He gave Moses what?
The 10 Commandments.
Right, the 10 Commandments, right? Good. And in the 10 Commandments, it covers everything, right? Good. So we must obey God's law. When we say God's law, that is what we're talking about, the 10 Commandments, right? And we must cheerfully do what my parents and teachers ask me to do. Now, in this, if our parents and teachers, they're supposed to guide us. If they do not guide us, sometimes.
Where's the crayon?
Downstairs. All right. Good. Sometimes parents might not do what God tell them to do, and they might do some things wrong. Right? Good. And there are the, let me see, because it have some parents who might do things wrongfully, and they might inflict pain on children. Good. Right? But we must still obey. Right? There are laws out there in our country to protect children. All right? So in our country, there are laws to protect the children, and therefore there are numbers that we could call if we feel that if our parents are doing something wrong, and if our teachers are doing something wrong to us, right? So all it says is carefully do what my parents and teachers ask me to do, but it also says to obey the law of my country, right? So our country have laws that we must follow, right? And also it have laws to protect children, right? Children, you cannot abuse children, right? Good. You cannot that have different things that parents could do to abuse, and therefore the country have laws to protect you, the child, right? So being obedient, right? The first thing you must do is always obey God's law, right? And if you obey God's law, the rest is easy to follow. Be pure. Alright, being pure is making sure our body is the temple of God. Therefore, we're supposed to keep it clean. We must not swear, using bad words, foul words, wrong words, right? We must not smoke, we must not drink alcohol, we must not do drugs or do anything God say is disgusting, like eating things that is not good for us, right? Good? Going places that we should not go, right? Good? So being pure means that our body is a temple of God, and therefore we must be true. I will always tell the truth and never try to deceive. Now this might be a little problem for you all. Sometimes we might say untruthful things, right? But we must try. And we must try to tell the truth, and when it is, and we must confess our sins. Right? So even if it may get us in trouble, we must still be true, be kind. Right? I will look for ways to make others people happy, and I will never hurt a person or animal intentionally, and I will share my toys too. We must care for others. Right? We must not hurt others. Right? If you obey God's law, and if your body is a temple of God, you have to be kind. Right? Good? Be respectful. I'll be courteous to those whom God put in authority over me, and to those who are younger and weaker than me, and I will take good care of others, people, properties. Also your property you have to take good care of. Alright? You have to be respectful. Right? Good to others. When you go into a vehicle, or if you go into somebody's home, the first thing you have to say is good morning. This is not your house. You have to say good morning, good evening. Right? Good. If it is they don't want you to put on shoes to come in their house, you have to respect that. Some places doesn't want you to put on shoes to come into their house. You have to respect that. Right? Because it's not your home, it's their home, and you have to respect them. Alright? Okay, so the next 5. Jerome. Alright, good. So be attentive. I will listen to when someone is talking to me at home, at school, at church, and I will especially listen to God to tell me what to do with my life. Right? We must be attentive. We have to listen. We mustn't rush into talking all the time. Alright? We have to listen to what other people have to say to be able to respond to them. Alright? I will be helpful. I will look for ways to help and not to wait to be asked. I can help my family at home, teachers and friends at school, and other people at other places, and I can even help God. Right? You could be helpful. Right? So be helpful. We could even help God, and there's a lot of ways we could help God by sharing his message. Be cheerful. I will not grumble or complain when I don't get my way or when I have work to do. And I will remember that God made me. That'll kind of be hard to do for some of us. Some of us like to grumble and some of us like to complain. Alright? But we have to remember that God made us, and therefore we must try to be cheerful in everything that we do. Be thoughtful. I will make courtesy a habit, both in words and action, and I will look for ways to be nice to people, and I will not be rude or irritating. Alright? Good? Be thoughtful for others. Alright? Good? Be reverent. Now, every time we say be reverent, everybody will think church, right? But no, be reverent also when we're in meetings or we in class. Be reverent. I will listen carefully to God's word, God, His word, and His messenger. Right? We must listen to God everywhere we go. He talks to us anywhere we go, but we have to be reverent. We have to listen. Right? I will take good care of my Bible and church property, and I will never make fun of holy things. Now, we have different religion in our country. There are what Catholics, there are what Baptists, there are all kinds of things, and therefore we must not make fun of other people's religion. Right? Good. So, right, and other people's church property, not ours alone. Therefore, we have to be careful how we sit down in the chair in church. If we're not supposed to be chewing gum and sticking it under the chair in church. When we have our Bible, we're not just throwing it any and anywhere. We have to take good care of it. Alright? Good? Alright, and that is what it means to be reverent. Alright. So Jerome, you could go through now with the books, with the different books with the little one, with the different section of the books if you want now. See now we cover both the pledge and the law. Because most of them is the pledge and the laws they have to cover in their books.
Okay. Okay, so starting from the pledge. Yes, no. All right, so pledge, well, we'll come back to the song after, right? So everyone, we want to say the pledge one more time, and then we have to accept it, right? And then I'll have the two builders explain what it means, because we would have gone through, we would have spoken about what it means, right? And let me just get the builder book. The builders have their books. Builders, you all have your books?
Yes.
Yeah, you have your book in front of you. Let me just get a page number for you. You are going to page, right here under basic requirements. All right, so builders, you are turning to page 4, right? You are turning to page 4, and there it says recite the adventurer pledge and law, and you have to explain the adventurer pledge, right? And you have to fill out that section there. So if your parent or an adult can help you with that, right? It says explain the adventurer pledge, and this is on page 4, builders, in the builder book. Explain the adventurer pledge, and you put your name there. So let's say Leila is a person who is especially designed and created by the builder of the universe. He made Leila to be a builder like he is. He has all kinds of special building projects planned just for me to enjoy. And I give my life to him. He saves me from my sin, helps me find and follow his special plan for me, and promises to take me home to heaven with him. And apart from that, the builders, you have to explain the adventurer pledge to someone. So not just here, but also to someone, right? This is the builder requirement. All right, so Leila, you want to start first? So the pledge, say the pledge for us, and then you can explain what it means, because we went through in great detail what it means. So let me hear you.
Because Jesus loves me, I will always do my best.
Very good.
It means to do your best in everything your hands find to do, and to do it with all your might.
Okay. All right. So my other builder.
So,
Yes, let's say pledge first and then explain it first, right?
because Jesus loves me, I will always do my best.
Very good. All right. So explain in your words what you think it means.
So, Jesus loves us because when we do our best in anything we do, like like um do do pray, worship, or listen to him, or do whatever, like listen to our parents. We just do our best.
Okay. All right. Right. So it's because of the love of Jesus, right? Because of the love of Jesus that we should always strive to do our best. All right. So we're going to say it one more time and then we are going to accept it. So everyone here, we have to say the pledge one more time and then we are going to accept it. So when we said it, I'm going to ask if you accept the words of the pledge, and then you say yes or no if you don't want to accept it, right? But everyone's we're going to go one more time with the pledge and then accept it. All right. Miss Andrea, you have a question?
Yeah. So I'm saying it too.
Huh?
So I'm saying it as well.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we stand at attention, everyone. Attention. All right, mic's off. Mic's on, sorry. All right. We're going to say, present arms. One arm should be presented. All right. 3, 4. Because
Because Jesus loves me, I will always do my best.
right. Other arms. Okay, so adventurers, do you accept this pledge? All adventurers, do you accept this pledge?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so remember, in everything that you do during this week that is to come, those who have school, even if you're playing, right? Sharing, you're doing chores, always remember the love of Jesus. And because of that, we should always try to do our best. Okay? All right. So that was one requirement. So let me Busy Bee.
Now I can move.
All right, y'all can have your seats. Busy Bee, let me just get your requirement quick.
Busy bee have to recite and everybody accept it. They have to write their name.
Right. So Busy Bee, you have to write. For Busy Bee, you need to go to page 4. Okay, so Busy Bee, page 4.
And write their name.
You have to write your name, right? And Sunbeam.
Sunbeam have to write their names also.
Right, write
and
your
they
name.
have to do the booklet.
Right. Okay, good. Yes. All right. Yes. Right. So we're moving on to that number. All right. So Builder did their own, and we don't have our helping hand right now. All right. So make sure page 4 in your books. Make sure that this is done. Right. I hope everyone has their book in front of them. For those who have it, right. So you have to fill that out in your book. Okay? All right. So that was the requirements of the book, and we are moving on. Let me just make sure that.
Jerome and the builders, who they explain their adventure pledge to?
Yes, they have to do that for next week.
So they have to explain it to somebody.
Yes, not your mommy or your daddy. All right. You could find a cousin or something. My two builders, Leila and Liam, right? You have to find someone to explain the adventurer pledge to. Right? So no parents. You could find a cousin or a friend and you explain the Lord's pledge to them, all right? Okay, builders? Okay, builders? Okay, so we're moving on to the song.
They're going on to the song, Jerome?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry. Okay, so we are on the song here. Continuing. Okay, so the adventurer song, everyone knows it, but I'm going to play a recording of it. I'm going to play a recording of this song. So everyone pay attention.
We are adventurers, at home, at school, at play. We are adventurers. We're learning every day to be honest, kind, and true, to be like Jesus through and through. We are adventurers. We are adventurers, at home, at school, at play. We are adventurers. We're learning every day to be honest, kind, and true, to be like Jesus through and through. We are adventurers.
Okay, so everyone heard it? We all heard it? All right, so I'm going to play it one more time for the new one. One more time, once. All right, and we listen again.
We are adventurers, at home, at school, at play. We are adventurers. We're learning every day to be honest, kind, and true, to be like Jesus through and through. We are adventurers. We are adventurers, at home, at school, at play. We are adventurers. We're learning every day to be honest, kind, and true, to be like Jesus through and through. We are adventurers.
Okay, so as we, sorry,
No.
yeah. So as we go through club every week and we practice more and more, you will hear the song. We have to sing it as part of our opening ceremony and closing, right? And it's a very simple song, and it's just like an anthem for us. And it reminds you that no matter where you are first an adventurer. Okay, you are a child of God and an adventurer. All right, and part of the Adventurer Club is something that you can keep in your head. You can sing it at school, you could sing it for your friends. Well, I know we don't have school anymore, but you can sing it for your friends. And it will always remind you, all right, and remember what it means to be an adventurer. Remember our law, remember our pledge, and our song just brings everything together because it reminds us exactly when and where we are adventurers. Okay? All right, so We moving on. Auntie Esther? Yeah.
All right, so we continue now.
Country?
Just like just like anywhere, our country have a song and have pledge. All right, so therefore we are going to our Trinidad and Tobago Independence Pledge. Can anybody tell me the pledge? Yes, it's Andrew.
I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of my God and country.
Uh-huh.
I found the feedback.
The rest.
All right, anybody can help him?
No, I get a lot of feedback.
Oh, you get a lot of feedback. Okay.
Malachi
Yeah.
would like to do it.
Okay, right. So I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of my God and my country. I will honor my parents, my teachers, my leaders, and my elders, and those in authority. I will be clean and honest with all my thoughts, my words, and my deeds. I will strive with everything I do to work together with my fellow men for the freedom race for the greater happiness of God and the honor and glory of man.
That's very good, is Andrew.
Ah,
All
very good.
right. Yes, so that is our pledge, and that is something that we say when we are in school, when we go Independence Square and they have
Read.
uh,
Read.
parade, right? When you see the parade and stuff like that. So, but most of the time we say it in school, right? Okay, anybody know what's the next one? The song? Okay, yeah, the anthem, which is the Trinidad and Tobago, our song, right? National anthem. All right, I'm seeing Leila hands up, Liam hands up. Who else hands up? All right.
All right, so go on.
All right, yeah. So Liam and Leila, could you all sing the anthems to me? Accent mute. Oh Lord. Why it is I can't get? Oh, okay. Minute. Yes, Leila and Liam, y'all can sing the national anthem to me.
God from
Let
above,
God of liberty and the cause of hope and prayer, we're boundless fear and our destiny, we solemnly declare.
side
Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea. This our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Every creed and race find an equal place, and may God
bless
bless our nation.
him.
Every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Very good. All right. Okay, so builders, Liam and Leila.
And Sammy.
And Sammy, yes. Ooh. Sammy, yes, I forgot Sammy. You want to turn to page 33. All right, so all build up to page 33, please. right? And we are taking a jump on one of your awards, right? Which is in my, on one of your requirements, sorry, which is in my world section, that's in my world section. And one of your requirements is to know and explain the national anthem and the flag. We'll be coming to the flag in a bit. Name your country's capital and leader and the leader of your country. And then you have to make this cube, right? Showing the national leader, showing the put the name of the capital, name of the pledge. When you're done, it will be a cube, right? So page 33 and 34.
Like
Builders, page
national
33 and
anthem.
34. All right, so y'all will have sung the anthem, and that was good.
And they know the pledge.
And you know it was, right? Okay, so you in on page 33 and 34, you will fill out as we go ahead, right? We don't need to walk you all through it. As you go ahead, you will fill out those requirements there, right? You'll understand what we are saying, and you'll fill out the requirements there, okay? All right, moving on.
I don't want to lock this door.
All right. Also in Eager Beaver.
Yes, Eager Beaver.
Eager Beaver, in their book, they have to do the.
I'm hungry, Grandma.
Well, they have the pledge and this anthem, and they have to color the flag in the Eager Beaver book. No.
I don't think you have a Eager Beaver. Let's see the lamb. Okay, so flag. Okay, so everyone could see the flag. Everyone see the flag?
Yes.
Right, okay, so what flag is this?
The national flag.
It's the national flag of which country?
Trinidad
Huh?
and Tobago.
All right.
Yes,
So remember, we are twin island states, right? It means there are two islands that make up our country, Trinidad and Tobago. Who here has been to Tobago? Raise your hand if you have ever been to Tobago.
I went to Tobago. I went to Tobago, and when we went to Tobago, it had this big chessboard where you could actually move the pieces, and it was mangas. And I went to Tobago when I was little.
When you were little? So you're not little anymore?
No, but I was by the beach by Tobago.
When you was little,
I kind of feel and this kind of town was close to us, and I was beach.
Right. Okay, so this is our national flag. And right on the colors, you can see the explanation. You can see the explanation there. And this is a requirement for
Builders.
yeah, builder once again. All right, so Sammy here? Oh, he left. Sammy's not here anymore. Sammy, you there?
Yes, Sammy is here.
Oh, okay, now I'm seeing his name here. Right, so Sammy, as you're on page 33 and page 34. You see? All right, so you want to, Sammy, you want to read out what white means on the flag? What does white mean? Okay, I think you probably having some technical difficulties.
No, white water.
He just
Leila.
answer.
Oh, Sammy, you answered?
It was Malak.
No, Sammy just answer. Samuel?
I think he
Yeah, I think
All
so.
right.
he's sending me he's responding to you all, but I think he has me on direct messages, so he sends me. So he's when my son sent me because he
Yes,
direct
you can say yes.
direct messages. So much money. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Well, Liam, you want to read out what white means for us? Liam? Yeah, what the white and flag means, and I hope you're on page 34. Page 34 of your book.
Yeah,
Right, so one of the requirements there is you have to explain the flag, right? So read out what white means to us. Look at your screen.
white,
You see the screen? Oh boy.
Keep breaking up a lot.
Yeah, it's breaking up. All right. Okay, Leila, I guess it's up to you. After you're the ones who get in trouble, remember
white means water, your skin is green.
all right, I'm hearing something. All right, yeah, okay, Leila, you see the screen?
Yes.
All right, so can you read out what the colors of the flag, and you will see it in your book, page 34. It says the something stands for something, the something stands for something, and in that little square, you need to draw the national flag, right? So you need to actually draw that national flag, our national flag, and put in what the colors mean. All right, so can you read it out from the screen? Read what it's saying there.
Weapon.
And
I don't. This is not it here. I don't know where your phone is. Find it.
Representing.
representing purity and
Equality.
equality.
Right, so the white stands for water. The white is the water of Trinidad and Tobago, and it represents purity and equality. Read off the next one, please.
Yes, for use.
Black stands for earth.
Good, yeah.
Representing and
Dedication.
dedication.
Dedication or loyalty to your country, all right? So the white is water, that's purity and equality. Black is earth, representing dedication. And read the last one for me, red.
Red stands for fire. The sun representing and courage.
Representing courage, all right? So you Leila, Liam, and Samuel, you need to fill that out in your book, right? You need to fill out what the colors of the flag stands for.
When two of the pages, 33 and 34.
34, on page 34.
Just page 34.
Yes.
Okay.
At the bottom of page 34, right? Wait, let me just make sure I'm giving you on the correct page. Sorry, page 33. Sorry, at the bottom of page 33.
At the bottom of page 33, we doing what it stands for and draw the flag.
So draw and color your flag, right? Draw and color your flag, red, black, and white.
Flag and put what it stands for.
Yes. So you'll see the something stands for something, the something stands for something. You need to fill that out, all right?
Okay, that's all I had to do.
No, we're moving on to the next one now. What is the country's capital? Anyone? What's the capital of our country? No one knows the capital of the country?
Port of Spain.
Port of Spain, right? That's the capital. So Builders, you need to fill that in right there. The capital of the country. Next, who is our national leader? Who is our national leader?
Minister
The Prime Minister, and what is his name?
Dr. Christopher Rowley.
All right, very good. Right, so you'll write that in there, Builder. You'll write that in right there. Okay.
Are we doing the top or just the bottom of page 33?
Right now you're just doing the bottom there, but we'll move on to the top in a bit, right?
Okay.
All right, so we're moving on. Right? Everyone know what this is?
Yes, it's the coat of arms.
Right, it's our coat of arms, right? It's one of our national, it's one of our national symbols, right? The coat of arms. And anyone can tell me at the bottom of the coat of arms, what is written there? What is written at the bottom of the coat of arms? Yes?
Excuse Uncle Jerome.
Yes?
Did you pass my class as yet? Sunbeam?
No, we're not really doing classes per se. We just we're going through, everybody needs to know this stuff, right?
Okay.
All right, so you can tell me what is on the base of the coat of arms there?
Together we aspire, together we achieve.
And what is that? What is together we aspire, together we achieve? What is that to Trinidad and Tobago? It's our national what? Yes, Sandro?
Our national motto.
Our national motto, all right? So our motto is together we aspire, together we achieve, all right?
And anybody in class in helping hand will have to do a flag or as you see the coat of arms, right? So they have to make up one for their family, for their home, right? So I'm helping hand class, right? Pay attention. Well, I don't think we have any helping hand right there right now. Continue.
I actually believe that is all. Yes, so that is the end of our basic requirements. Anything you want to recap? Yes, anything you want to recap?
No, not right now because everybody know the pledge.
Yes.
Everybody knows the law.
The law.
Everybody knows the song. And in your book, you do the different stuff. So everybody book at the beginning of the book, where you have to write your name, where you have to who it is you have to share your pledge to and stuff like that, who you have to do the booklets with, right? In the next class, we will see if you fulfill all these things. Each booklet except the advanced helping hand have something to do with either the pledge, the law, right? So make sure and color where you're supposed to color, write what you're supposed to write, so we will look at it the next time.
All right. Okay, so all right, so we are moving on now. All right. So how are we all doing? How are we all doing? Everyone okay? Everyone all right? I see Leila rubbing her head.
Right, we are going to finish soon because we said we was going to do an hour and a half. It's now 4:29.
Yes.
Right, so we're supposed to be wrapping up shortly. Sister Nimlet, I will contact you for you to get your book for your son, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Right, so
Um,
just a few more things to do. So we're going to run through the reading award, right? The reading award, and we are going to start our quiet time. For next week, we're going to start our quiet time. So the first thing now, the reading award is as an ongoing thing, right? It's something that you can take the entire year to do. You don't have to do it all in one shot. If you want to, that's fine. But it's an award that you will get at the end of the year. You wouldn't get it one time, right? But it's part of the requirement, and it's part of the basic requirements actually for, let me just tell you exactly, BZB. The reading award is part of your basic requirement. BZB, Sunbeam. Oh, everyone. Yes. Everyone is part of their basic requirements, right? So everyone needs to complete their reading award as part of their basic requirements. So we'll be doing that, and then we will be also starting My God. Now, My God is the first section of the book. So if you go to your books, you will see My God as the first section there. And the My God, there are certain requirements that you'll have to fill out, right? Fill under the My God requirement. I'm going to just touch on the first one today. All right. So let me just share my screen again. All right, and we are starting with BZB. So the classes are in order. As I go through the classes will be in order. Everyone is seeing my screen? Not if you see my screen. Right, everyone see my screen?
Nod.
Yes,
Right.
I got the Pedro Aldo.
Right. So the page for BZB, right? So we started with BZB. We are starting with BZB, page 5. Page 5 for BZB. So BZB needs you all need to turn to page 5, and the BZB reading award is pretty simple. It's Genesis 1, 2 to 3, and parents, you can look on Genesis 1, 2 to 3, or Revelation 21, 1 to 22, 5, right? So it's just about a chapter, right? Now, the point of the reading award for the BZB, for the younger section, you don't have to necessarily be able to read the entire chapter by yourself, but you need to at least do part of it, right? So Malachi, when you are ready to do your reading in the Bible, it doesn't have to be King James Version necessarily, but you it could be a children's Bible, but you could call your mommy or the daddy, say, hey, sit with me, I'm ready to do my reading award, right? And but remember that as you go on to the next classes, you'll be required in some cases to read by yourself, right? So you want to read some by yourself, and at least some by yourself, but your parents should be there helping you along, so you make sure that you have all the words correct, right? Next one, book on family friends or feelings, and parents pay attention. Book on family, friends or feelings, that could be any book on family, friends, or any type of feeling, right? It could be a book in your library at home. It could be a book that you find online. Once it deals with family, friends, or feelings,
Books.
You're exactly right. Very good, right? Now, once again, you are not required to read an entire book. As BCB, you don't have to read an entire book, but you at least need to be able to read some of it. Now, very importantly, when you write on the side here, when you read your book, you need to put the name of the book, okay? You need to put the name of the book. So whenever you read a book on family, friends, or feelings, you need to put the name of the book there. Bible story book or a book about Jesus. Any Bible story book? Any Bible story book about
Jerome.
Jesus? Yes?
All It don't have to be a book, but at least a
Yeah.
story.
At least a story, yeah.
Yeah. So you know some books
Uh-huh.
have about more than one stories.
Yeah.
At least a story. You
Yes.
don't need to read the whole book.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Yes. So it could be a chapter, story, or anything like that, right? Parents, a Bible story, so a book on from the Bible, like what we do for devotion, right? That's a good example, a very simple book, right? And that is in BibleForChildren.org. BibleForChildren.org. You can check that out, where you can get Bible stories, very simply put, and you can read. They're very simple to read, right? Book on history of missions. I know we have the children's mission. We use that regularly. The children's mission story. Not too sure if we have it, the physical copies anymore, but you can find the children's mission online, right? But any
We
book on history,
yes, we
you
do have the children's book, hard copy, but I
right.
think you could also get it soft copy. I think I will Google it and find out where we could get it,
Yeah.
and so I will send the link to you.
Right. Yes. So that's a good way to go, right? The children mission, right? And a book on health or safety, right? Any book on health or safety, and you don't have to read. Once again, you don't have to read the full thing. It could be just a chapter. It could just be a story. In fact, on health or safety, it could be a first aid book. It could be a book. I think a time we did a book about the hospital or something like that. Any book like that, right? And then book on nature, right? So I know you all have lots of books on nature, right? Anything in nature, any book could be on turtles or anything like that. Now, as I said, very importantly, when you are completed reading your section of the book or the chapter, you put the name of your book. So you put the name of the book here, going down the line, and then you color. So you color the Bible, you color the little family here, you color Jesus, you color the earth, you color all those little symbols, all right? And then the final thing that you need to do, Busy Bee and Busy Bee parents, you need to sign and date, right? So you need to put your signature there and date it so that we can know when that reading award is completed, right? Now, honestly, this could take one evening, right? It's a very simple activity. It can take one evening, right? But it's, as I say, it's for practice reading, so you can go through. You can stay in, for the next few months or so, ever so often. They can read other books as well. It doesn't have to just be one book, right? But it's for practice reading and practice reading. Some good stories, right? All right, so we're moving on now. Page 5, Busy Bee. So Sunbeam, where you all at? Let me see the Sunbeam. Sunbeam Reading Award. We're on the Sunbeam Reading Award now. And in Sunbeam, in the Sunbeam Reading Award, is basically the same as the Busy Bee. The only difference is that for your Bible story, you need to read 2 chapters from Mark. 2 chapters from Mark. So any 2 chapters from Mark, it could be chapter 1 or 2, 1 and 2, or something like that. It doesn't have to be, the first, it doesn't have to be, right? So you read 2 chapters from Mark. You go to the book of Mark in your Bible and you read the 2 chapters there. When you are done, color, and you color the Bible, and that should be the completion of that part, right? So running through quickly, book on family or friends or feelings, a Bible story or Bible book about Jesus, book on history or missions, book on health or safety, and a book on nature, right? So Sana, I'm pretty sure you have all these books in your possession, right? So you can work on that as soon as possible, all right? One second, please. Let's see that. All right. Right. So we are moving on. That's the Sunbeam Reading Award. Builder Reading Award. Now it's a little bit more complex for the builder. For the builders, it's a little bit more complex. Now, last year, when you were in Sunbeam, it would have been easier. But now you are moving up to the next level. Your reading proficiency needs to be increased a little bit. All right. So builder, here's what you have to do. You're reading 3 chapters from Acts. Same book, book on family, friends, or feelings, Bible story book or book about Jesus, book on history or missions, book on health or safety, book on nature, the same types of books, but you have to rate the books. Now you will see the little stars, you'll see 4 stars there, and those 4 stars actually, it requires you to see how good the book was. So 4 stars will be perfect. It was a perfect book, right? 1 star, it means it didn't like it that much, right? It could be 4, it could be 3.5, it could be 2.5. Yes, yes,
You have to read the chapter
yes.
if it's okay.
Yes, you read 3 chapters from Acts, any 3 chapters from Acts, right? And of course, your parent can be there, but now that you are older, you might have to take on a lot more of the reading, right? So you can read for your parent, for your brother, for your sister, you read for your aunt or your uncle, right?
But some of the words kind of hard.
Yes, so that's why you have your parent there just to help you out, and we can also help you out. If you find a way that you don't know, we can help you as well, right? So that is, as I say, same requirements, but you are required. And that line there, that line is so that you can write the name of the book. So you write the name of the book in each one of these, and for the Bibles, for the 3 chapters in Acts, you just put the chapters that you read. So if you read chapters 3, 5, and 6, or something like that, you just write that at the bottom there. Then you write the name of your books, all the names there, and then you color the pictures, and then you color the stars, but you are rating the books. You're not just coloring the stars, you are seeing how good you thought the book was, right? For the purpose of the Zoom,
You could color any book, but it has to be a book on any of these here.
yes, it has to be on one of the topics, right? So family, friends, or feelings, Bible story, it has to be related, right? Just like what you did last year, right? Okay, so we are moving on to helping hand for the purpose of the Zoom YouTube video, right? I'm just going to run through, even though we don't have a helping hand here. I'm just going to run through, and it's basically very similar to the builder, where you have to rate each one of the books. After you read it, you color the stars accordingly, and you write the name on the line there, right? So 1 Samuel 1 to 3, family, friends, or feelings, and Bible story book on Jesus, history or mission, health or safety, and a book on nature. You color the pictures, you color the stars, written accordingly, and then you write the name. And then for all parents, you just put your name at the top, and you sign and you date it just to see when your child will have completed that requirement, and that will be it for their reading award. All right, so everyone understand that?
You have to color it even though you didn't make a book of it.
No, you have to color it. You have to read it. You have to read. When you have finished reading, then you color it.
So I finish read and then I color everything.
Yes.
Or just the X.
When you are done reading, then you color the picture, you color the stars, and you write the name after you are completed, right? Okay. Okay, so we're moving on now to quiet time. All right, and we are starting back with Busy Bee. Busy Bee, you are turning to page 17. Busy Bee, page 17. Right, and we are moving along quickly for the Busy Bee. The requirement, this is the first requirement under My God. It is spend a regular quiet time with Jesus to talk to him and learn about him. Fill in a square each time you have quiet time. So Busy Bee, you are required now, from now until, right? It doesn't have to be, as I said, done in one shot. You could do it partially. And there's actually a little guide here of the things that you can do. So page 17, Busy Bee, page 17, you turn to page 17. And the start, you see the start here. And then there are some praying hands, there's a heart, there's a book, there's the parent and child hugging, singing, out on a nature trip, visiting the sick, all right? And these are some things that you can do for your quiet time. Now, what your requirement here, page 17, BCB, the requirement here is that every time you spend some quiet time, you have to color in one of these squares, right? So don't do it if you haven't spent some quiet time, right? Do it only when you spend some quiet time. Now, quiet time is required, the requirement here is for you to do it on your own, right? BCB, on your own. So mommy not going to carry you to pray. You have to, when you come out of bed, before you go to bed at night, before you do your work, before you eat, if you say a little prayer, that's fine. You read a story, a Bible story, and then you say a prayer, that's fine. You sing a song, that's fine. All right, and that quiet time, the most important thing, BCB, is that you do it by yourself, right? Every time every time you do something, right, and you count it as quiet time, you color a square, right? So the number of squares will be the amount of quiet time that you spend, right? And then you fill this out, right? So by the end, you should be finished, right? All these things should be colored. By the time you're finished, all should be colored. But not because you are finished, it means that you're going to stop your quiet time, right? After you are done, you still need to have your quiet time, right? So that's for BCB. BCB. Sunbeam. Moving on to Sunbeam. Right? So for Sunbeam, it's basically the same thing, and there are things that you could do. Once again, you have praying, reading the Bible, reading a book on nature. Primary treasure, well, I don't think we have those anymore. This one, actually, you could write a letter, you could do some coloring, or you could do some singing. Once again, every time you do your quiet time by yourself, right? You need to when you are done, you need to color in the square, right? So by the time you are done, by the time you have done all your quiet times, your well, at least for the requirements, all these squares should be colored in, right? Now, at the bottom here, I'm not seeing Sana. We're on Sunbeam right now. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I think Sana got kicked out of the room. All right, we're just waiting. Sana, you're back?
Yes, Uncle Jerome.
Oh, yeah. I realized a little late that you got kicked out. But don't worry, right now we are on Sunbeam now, right? We're on Sunbeam quiet time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so right. So for Sunbeam quiet time, as I was saying, it's basically the same thing, right? Every time you do your quiet time, you fill out a square, right? And not because, as I was saying before, not because you are you filled out all your squares, it means that you would stop your quiet time. You still continue your quiet time, right? Now there's a special requirement here at the base of the page, and it says with who, when, and where. Now, if you part of your quiet time, you need to do it with someone. So you can do it with anyone. You can do your quiet time. You can invite someone to your quiet time, and you call them. You say, "Hey, come to my quiet time," and you pray. You sing a song, all right? And then you write. You fill in that part here. So you say with who, when, morning or evening, and where. So it could be somewhere. It doesn't have to be at home. It could be somewhere. It could be out in nature. It could be somewhere else, right? And that will be the requirement. So spend a regular quiet time with Jesus to talk to him and learn about him. Color the square each time you finish a quiet time. And you can actually use stickers to fill your squares. In this case, you can actually use stickers, right? So let's say you have stars or something, you can put them in there, right? Okay, that's Sunbeam.
Okay,
All right, no problem. We are moving on to Builder now. So Builder, once again, you're a lot older, so it's a little bit more stuff, right? and we'll run through quickly. Spend a regular time with quiet time with Jesus to talk to him and learn about him. Color in the boxes or circles to show your choices, right? Now, this one is I will spend my quiet time with Jesus on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, down to Saturday, right? But of course, I would hope it's every day, okay? And you need to color in which days you choose to. But I would hope it's every day. You spend a little quiet time with Jesus, right? And then what you do, you put in your times, right? So everyone knows how to read an analog clock, right? A clock on the wall. Everyone, builder, at least, y'all know how to read. Y'all know how to read a clock. We're on page 15, builders. Page 15. Y'all know how to read a clock, right? All right, so you ask your mommy or your daddy to help you, and you need to write in the hour hand and the minute hand, showing what times you do certain things. So it says, when I get up, page 15, builders, I hope you're following. When I get up, after breakfast, after supper, at bedtime, and then at a time you choose. So what is the time you wake up, and you put in that time there on your clock. After breakfast, and you put in that time there on your clock, right? So what time you eat. After supper, and you put in that. At bedtime, so you put in that, let's say your bedtime is 8 o'clock, you draw in the hour hand or the short hand, and the minute hand or the long hand, and you put that in there. And then you choose another time, anytime, and you put that in for the final requirement there, right? It says, I will spend my quiet time with Jesus, and on my bed, outdoor, at my desk, in a chair, on a sofa, right? And you can choose, right? You can choose where you want to spend your quiet time with Jesus, but every time you do it, you color it in. So let's say you spend some quiet time, let's say you pray on your bed, you color it in. Let's say you go outdoors, you color it in, right? As you finish all these, you just color them in. All right, builders, pretty simple, right? And then what you can do now during your quiet time, read Bible, keep a scrapbook, write a letter, read a Bible story book, draw a picture, sing a song, keeping a prayer list, study in my Sabbath school lesson, right? Always remember to begin with a prayer, think about what Jesus wants you to learn or do, and enjoy being with him. Now, there are certain things you may not be able to do, like for example, you may not be able to do scrapbook. You don't have to color that in. But when you read your Bible, you color that in. If you write a letter to Jesus, you color that in. If you read a Bible storybook, you color that in. All right, so don't color all, right? Only color it if you do it. All right. So that's page 15 and 16 for builders. Builder, y'all understand? Builders?
Yes.
All right. 15 and 16. So you need to start your quiet time this week. This week, you'll need to start your quiet time. And let's aim to complete it by the end of the month. All right? 1 month to complete your quiet time. Well, for the requirements. But after the requirements are done, you are still going to have...
Does it have more to do with builders?
It does have more to do with quiet time? No.
With builders.
That's it for quiet time. All right, this is the last part here. Next one is helping hand. All right, so I know I don't have the helping hand here, but for the purpose of the video, spend a regular quiet time. So it's the same thing, right? And it's more or less similar to the builder requirements. You take the days that you want to spend your quiet time with. You take the days the place that you want to have your quiet time. And the same thing at times, you put in the time. So when I get up after breakfast, after supper. So whenever you choose to do your quiet time, you tick that, right? What you do, you take that, and then you could sing a song, memorize a verse, keep a journal, and then you tick it as you go along. Whichever ones you do, you tick them. Now, for the helping hand, there is a little maze kind of thing here, and whenever you fill in these requirements, you need to color them in, right? Color in a square each time you have a quiet time, right? So always start with a prayer, you color that in. You color in your next session of quiet time, pat yourself on the back. So it's okay to feel proud. Yes, you did a quiet time, color that in. Color in, color in, color in, and then you say, tell Jesus how you feel today, give yourself a special reward, tell Jesus what you like about him. All right, so helping hand, I think you all can handle this. definitely. It's very simple, right? And once again, we'll try to finish this out in a month. All right, so the final requirement. Okay, no, this is actually right. So this is actually the second part of my goal, not my goal requirement. So we'll come back to that next time. Right. So remember what we are working on. These are the things that are going to take a little while to complete. Your reading award, and your quiet time. Right. So Busy Bee, Sunbeam, Builder, Helping Hand. I hope you all understand exactly what I would have gone through.
We got an entire week to complete all of this.
Not well, if you do it out in a week, that's fine. But as I say, I'm giving you all a month to complete it, right? So today is the 23rd of January. By the 23rd of February, I think you should be complete, right? So it's you some of them have more than 7 days, so it's about 2 weeks of quiet time with, right? So you just, as you do it, you color it out. And even though it takes a little long, that's fine. You do when you do your quiet time, you color in, and when you read your book, you color in, you write the name of the book, etc. All right. So yeah, I think we covered a lot today.
All of this so easy.
It's easy, yes. So I expect to see it done quickly, right? All right, so I'll hand back over to Auntie Hester, right? And
Yes. Okay,
yes.
so we had a long
Yes.
12 basic requirements. You know what you're supposed to do in your basic requirements. Also, introduction to the reading requirements and quiet time. Right? So remember, the reading requirements and the quiet time is something you have to do on your own. And you have to fill it out with your parents. Make sure your parents sign off the date. Parents, whatever we do, whenever they do some requirements and anything, please put the date and sign it for me, please, because I am not there. You need to sign off on it for me. All right, so now we're going to end our session. We're going to have a next session next week, and that will be the last one for January month. Right? So we'll have a next session again next week. Good. At 3. Right? And we will send out the link. All right, so let's stand for prayer. And Isangel, could you put close to me, please?
Yeah. Let's go some food.
Pay attention,
There's
everybody.
my
Pay attention. All right, go on. Sorry, Sandra, go on.
very kind and loving Father, thank you for listening all of us see another Sabbath day. Thank you for making us here to see adventures. Thank you for helping us here to bring us here, sorry, so we can learn and learn stuff that we new that are new. Please keep us all safe from this COVID-19 crisis. Thank you for all the stuff you've done for us. Please keep us safe throughout this whole week. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right. All right, so for now, I'd make sure and do the pledge and the law requirements that we talk about. Make sure and write up the information. Make sure you color your pages, and you all could start the quiet time, and also so you could start the reading. All right. So next week we will look to see what you did for the requirements for the pledge and the law. Okay, we will look at it. All right. Okay. So we will see you all next week.
All right.
Bye.
Great first session, everyone. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.